एवं द्विजाग्रे अनुमता अनुवृत्ता धर्म प्रधानो अन्यतमो वितस्य राष्ट्रेण कालेन ग्रहोपयातान् द्रष्टासि सिद्धाननुरक्तलोका. Lord Vishnu continued, my dear King Prithu, if you continue to protect the citizens according to the instructions of the learned Brahman authorities, as they are received by the disciplic succession, by hearing from master to disciple, and if you follow the religious principles laid down by them without attachment to the ideas manufactured by mental concoction, then every one of your citizens will be happy and will love you. And very soon you will be able to see such already liberated personalities as the four Kumaras, Sanat, Sanatan, Sanandan, and Sanat Kumar. This is where we stopped last class, right? Okay. Varam chamat kanchana manavendra varishvate ham gunashila yantritaha naham makher vai sulabhastapobhi yoge na vayat samachitta bharti. My dear king, I am very captivated by your elevated qualities and excellent behavior. And thus I am very favorably inclined towards you. You may therefore ask from me any benediction you like. One who does not possess elevated qualities and behavior cannot possibly achieve my favor simply by performance of sacrifice, severe austerities, or mystic yoga. But I always remain equipoised in the heart of one who is also equipoised in all circumstances. Lord Vishnu was very pleased with Maharaj Prithu's good character and behavior and offered him a benediction. The Lord openly says that performing great sacrifices or undergoing the austerities of mystic yoga practice cannot satisfy him. He is pleased only by elevated character and behavior. But these cannot develop unless one becomes a pure devotee of the Lord. Anyone who has developed unalloyed, unflinching devotional service unto the Lord develops his original good qualities as the spirit soul. The spirit soul is part and parcel of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, has all the good qualities of the Lord. When the spirit soul is contaminated by the material modes of nature, one is considered good or bad with reference to the material qualities. But when one is transcendental to all the material qualities, all the good qualities come out. These qualities of a devotee, 26 in number, are listed as follows: kind to everyone, does not quarrel with anyone, fixed in the absolute truth, equal to everyone, faultless, charitable, mild, clean, simple, benevolent, peaceful, completely attached to Krishna, has no material hankering, meek, steady, self controlled, does not eat more than required, sane, respectful, humble, grave, compassionate, friendly, poetic, expert, silent. The Lord is satisfied by the development of the transcendental qualities of the living entity and not by artificial performance of sacrifices and mystic yoga. In other words, unless one is fully qualified to become a pure devotee of the Lord, one cannot be expect to be liberated from material entanglement. Srila Prabhupada so beautifully explains that the, the Lord is not pleased with heroic performances, but the Lord is pleased only with elevated character and behavior. Many times, devotees misunderstand Krishna consciousness to be exhibition of scholarship or achievements or skills or results or statistics. But the Lord is giving a beautiful matrix behavior. And here the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Vishnu, is saying that because you are equipoised in all circumstances, I am equipoised in your heart. Amazing. So when our mind is steady in Krishna, Krishna is steady in our heart. When mind goes unsteady, Krishna goes out of the heart. Amazing. And Prabhupada is mentioning one very important point here, that this state of good qualities or behavior is not possible artificially. Artificial good quality behavior is the modern day code of conduct, which is called as personality ethics. That is the modern day artificial code of conduct, is it not? Externally polished, but the heart is completely animalistic. So external facade does not remain for long, but the true intrinsic state of the heart will remain for long, is it not? Just like this story comes of that fox, and everybody in the jungle showed off that fox, and that fox, he fell in the blue dye and became blue. The fox became blue, right? So the fox came to the jungle and said, I am divine, I am heavenly. Everybody started accepting, is it not? So the fox was showing a very transcendental kind of behavior. But one night, Amavasya night, the moon was not on, and all other foxes were foxes. What do they do? They howl. What do foxes do? No? Okay. Anyways, fox. Okay, let's assume they were howling. So all of them were howling to the top of their lungs, the core of their hearts, like that. And then this blue king fox, a divine, no, he was not a fox, he was a divine blue personality. He was descended from the blue sky, from the blue abodes of the Lord. So anyways, so the blue personality started howling. When he started howling, then everybody understood, oh, this fellow is a fox. That's life fellow is eating us. And everybody pounded on him and ripped him apart. This is not. So one cannot artificially paint himself with any of these qualities, and say, okay, I am blue, Krishna is blue, I am also blue. Is it not? So that is the point. The state of the heart reflects in the form of behavior, and the state of the heart is only changed by intense practice of Krishna consciousness. To the degree we intensely practice, to that degree these qualities become manifest. Yes, momentary spike of a particular quality is possible, but then the more the Krishna conscious substance, the longer we can last on that scale. This is the longer we can last on that scale. So, so that is why we have to understand that it is this Krishna conscious substance. That means that when the heart is soaked more and more with Krishna consciousness, uh, then then actually the crevices will be more and more exposed. The crevices and falsities will be more and more exposed, and we can work on them. So the Krishna consciousness uh, shows us the vision of what to improve. It gives us the substance. It shows us the pathway of how to improve and gives us the substance to take the steps to improve and the determination. So sometimes, you know, the point is that So when we are reading Bhagavatam, we are seeing Prithu Maharaj just sacrificed this 100 sacrifice. We may say, okay, already he did 99. It's okay, is it not? So one he sacrificed. If we try to empathize, or if we try to enter into the lane of, so Prithu Maharaj's sacrifice is, it is something like, so Prithu, what does it mean? Sometimes, what is Prithu Maharaj's 100 sacrifice? So it's very much like, getting a seat in IIT, going through the 10 semesters, and finally not taking the degree, sacrificing the degree. It's something like that, is it not? You know, or passing through the 10 semesters with 9 point CGPA and not taking a single placement. Is it not? It is something like that, is it not? So, it's not taking the not taking a single. So it is not some simple thing, is it not? So sometimes, you know, sometimes we just take the word for the word. Is it not? Oh, 100 sacrifice. Okay, it's fine. He did 99, he gave up one. That's okay. No, that was actually the topmost tier, is it not? That was the climax point, is it not? So, uh, that's the point, is it not? So, what does that mean? That means that so that means a lot, because 100 sacrifice. So at score 100, the Falashuti was supposed to come. 99, no Falashuti is written. Is it not? Only at 100, the Falashuti is written. Is it not? You see, the company will not give job on CGPA. The company gives job on degree. Is it not? Then after one has a first qualification is degree. Is it not? They say, okay, where is the degree? He says, no, no, no degree. 9 semesters, flying colors. 10 semester actually took a flight. Is it not? No, no, no placement. Is it not? Degree comes first. CGPA is an embellishment. Is it not? It's a next step. Okay, then now you have the degree. So what is the CGPA? But where is the degree? That's the first one. So the degree was supposed to be given at the 100 sacrifice. That was the degree award ceremony. The final end sem, Prithu Maharaj was asked not to sit. He didn't sat the final end sem. So it means a lot. So this goes to show that Prithu Maharaj, see Prithu Maharaj in his earnestness, in his sincerity, he thought of this particular activity as a service for the Lord, for the pleasure of the Lord, and that reflects to service to humanity. And he executed very sincerely, diligently, like that. And because so many Vaishnavas and Brahmanas were involved, so that means definitely he would have received blessings of the contemporary, Vaishnavas and Brahmanas, is it not? And therefore they were embarking on that service. Now at the final end of it, you know, now here is a superior Vaishnava who is coming and who is telling, please stop it. Is it not? So Prithu is understanding now the pleasure of the Lord is I give it up. And he gave it up. That means all that effort of 99 sacrifices, Prithu Maharaj demonstrated by his behavior that one instruction, he waited and valued much more than all his cumulative effort of 99 sacrifices. Is it not? And that is why the Supreme Lord became so close to them. So Prithu Maharaj was happy to please the Vaishnavas, even at the cost of going back to square one, is it not? Going back to square one, is it not? Therefore, a devotee is akinchan, nishkinchan, is it not? Mm. Whatever he gets, uh, a devotee, whatever he gets, he offers it to Supreme Lord. Mm. So I am just remembering the transcendental Leela of Lord Shiva. So what was this interesting pastime? I think it was I believe it was Lord Shiva's marriage, and he himself made, or he was gifted with a beautiful palace to stay and everything. And that marriage, all Brahmanas had gathered, and they were all glorifying Krishna, and all Hari Katha was going on very nice. Yagya was going on. Lord Shiva very pleased. He said, "Okay, I'll give you donation." He gave away his palace in donation. So after the marriage, the palace was given. So and Lord Shiva was again under the tree. Is it that? So uh, he himself made it, or he was gifted with that palace? He made the palace, right? He made the palace because he was so as a householder. I mean, he was supposed to live in a at least some house. So he made a nice palace actually. Made a nice place. Then he called it, okay, the marriage has no meaning. Let's call the Vaishnavas. All the Vaishnavas gathered, all the Brahmanas gathered. Yagya happened. Yagya Purusha was served, and Lord Shiva very pleased. Ashutosh is very pleased. He said, I'll give you something, and he ended up giving his palace. So after the marriage, both of them had to go out of that palace. Isn't that? So it's quite interesting, actually. Quite interesting. So this is not artificially possible. That is why it is not artificially possible, because it means that for the pleasure of the Vaishnavas, uh, he gave up everything. Is it not? So back to square one. Back to square one for the service, for the sake of service, for the sake of pleasure of the Vaishnava. So then that square one becomes the lotus feet of the Lord. And that is why Krishna is telling, because you are equipoised in all situations. You're not tossing around here and there, anywhere, everywhere. You're equipoised. I am equipoised, stably situated in your heart. So where is he equipoised? He's equipoised. Where is he stabilized? He's stabilized and equipoised at the lotus feet of the Lord, like that. That's an interesting aspect. Very beautiful. Okay, okay. Oh, Ravi Prabhu is saying foxes croak actually. Frogs also croak, I think. The frogs croak, that I know, but Prabhu is saying foxes also croak. Anyways, uh, yeah, it's not very palatable sound, it seems. Mayapur, you can hear foxes. Mayapur, you can see also foxes. They look like a dog, but they don't bark like a dog. Fox. You know? Mayapur, you can find good number of them. They are Dhamvasi foxes. Material rules do not apply to them. Maitreya Vacha Saitam Loka Guruna Vishwaksenena Vishwaji Anushasita Adesham Sirasa Jagrahe Hare. The great sage Maitreya continued, My dear Vidura, in this way Maharaj Pitru, the conqueror of the entire world, accepted the instructions of the Supreme Personality of Godhead on his head. One should accept the instructions of the Supreme Personality of Godhead by bowing down at the lotus feet of the Lord. This means that anything spoken by the personality of the Godhead should be taken as it is, with great care and attention, and with great respect. It is not our business to amend the words of the Supreme Personality of Godhead or make additions or alterations, as it has become a custom for many so-called scholars and swamis who comment on the words of the Bhagavad Gita. Here is a practical example of how to accept the instruction of the Supreme Personality of Godhead shown by Prithu Maharaj. This is the way to receive knowledge through the Parampara system. However, says, and other places also, when an instruction is given, one doesn't have to analyze or critique about it. And the instruction has to be just followed. The instruction is meant to be just followed. One doesn't have to analyze, evaluate. This is to be just followed. So following is not blind, following is scientific, because only when we follow the instructions we can see the efficacy or the manifestation of that instruction. Is it not? By playing around with the instruction, one doesn't see the efficacy of it. Is it not? Only by following one can see the efficacy of the instruction. So that's why following is very scientific. It's not at all blind. Is it not? By applying, we can see the efficacy. Is it not? Just like if you get a medicine, so sometimes children, no, they go to a doctor, they get many medicines, multiple medicines. Children very excited about it, Hey, this is the pink one, It's a yellow, pink, green, blue, white, black, So they are just playing around, but that playing around may be exciting. And I remember when I was a small child, when I would get only one medicine, I would feel very morose, What is this, This doctor very boring, But some doctors, I would go, they would give many medicines, different colors. I would be so happy with that, There is a red liquid, there is a yellow liquid, There is a pink medicine, there is a red medicine. I would say very nice. I would want to store it and just keep watching it and playing with it, like that. So uh, that's fun, but the point is that that's not going to cure the disease. That is, it's fun, but it is not going to cure the disease. If one has to cure the disease, he has to consume the medicine. Is it not? To consume the medicine. Although that doesn't appear to be that exciting as playing around with the medicine. So it's like, yeah. So you can do nice play with the medicines. Throw on the other person. It's you tried it out. No, I used to try it out. So and it's exciting. Anyways, but the point is that only by consumption actually. So simply by showing that okay, the shastras, this what they're saying, that is what they're saying. Simply by hopping from instruction to instruction, simply by critiquing about it, we don't gain anything. Only by following, the effect comes. That's why when an instruction is given, you should just bow down and accept it, just like a medicine. Huh? Huh? Yeah, after the marriage it was made actually, I think. Yeah, marriage. This was Griha Pravesh. Or it was Griha Pravesh past time. Yeah, Brahmanas came for Griha Pravesh. Lord Shiva became so pleased with them. He's Ashutosh, no? So he is great as Vaishnav, wants to serve them. Lord Shiva became so pleased actually. He said, okay, I want to give you some gift, So what do I have? He was looking around, what do I have, He said, "Oh, I have this palace, amazing, something I have to offer to you. Hari Bol, in your service." And after the function, Lord Shiva only went out. Very interesting. So Mother Parvati didn't coax him further. No? She understood. It was quite interesting. Huh? This cannot be artificially imitated. Huh? You know, artificial charity means what? Huh? Artificial charity means a person will give it, after some time he'll cry, and the whole life he'll cry. Oh, these people. You know what happened to me? Which nakshatra was it that I got bewildered in my mindset and I did this? This is it is at all. What's that? You are saying that this following is same as the spirit of academia. Oh, it's at odds. At odds, you're saying. Okay. Uh, it is not at odds in the spirit with the spirit of academia. No. It is at odds with the spirit of imagination, but it is not at odds with the spirits of academia. Because in any science, unless you know what is the science, unless you know what is the experiment, what are you going to experiment? Is it not? Like if it is said, can you, okay, no, if you enter a chemical laboratory, you cannot do an imagination experiment, no? So because it may the whole lab may catch fire, no? So things cannot be imagined. The person has to know what to experiment. At least no, every playground requires knowledge, is it not? Of what to do and what not to do, is it not? So, like on a lawn tennis court, in a if a person starts doing some break dance on the lawn tennis court, he will look like it may look funny, but that's not going to make him win the game. To win the game, he has to follow the principles of the game, the rules of the game, is it not? So in any game, there are certain moves which will be favorable and furthering the game, and there are some other moves which will be detrimental to the performance. So uh, the so real academics. So academics is about first understand where you are, then you can play, is it not? Right. So therefore, the primary knowledge. So where is the primary knowledge about life? Where is the primarily knowledge about? When it comes to life, it is no, uh, it's completely blind and imaginary phenomena, and so that is no, a completely blind performance, is it not? So academics means how academics starts and continues with acceptance all through, is it not? Unless you accept what is there, how are you going to further it? Is it? So any advancement in any field of knowledge is uh, is very minuscule in terms of in comparison to the height and width and depth of that knowledge, is it not? So you see any research publication in any field, whether it is social sciences, whether it is literature, the contribution, the individual contribution is very tiny puny. in comparison to the massive body of knowledge which is already there. So when the person accepts this much, that huge, he's able to contribute this much extra to it. That is a substantial contribution